You are all probably tired of hearing me talk about how big crypto is going to be. It's going to be one of the biggest asset classes out there. It's going to be doing this, doing that. And you're probably looking at everything around the space and you're like, Nick, things haven't changed at all since March. Altcoins are at a worse point in time than they were back in March. Like, what the hell are you trying to do? Are you trying to sell us a used car or what? And in this video, I really want to talk about what's going on. And I want to also use words from players like Citi, the DTCC, for an example, the BIS, to really support what's going on right now. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So let's take a quick step back to July of 2024, this year, where Subjective Views posted this video. And this is some hopium. Here's the global head of the DTCC digital assets. By the way, the DTCC is settling $3 quadrillion worth of securities transactions per year. That figure will continue to grow and grow every single year over year. Speaking on reimagining the plumbing of the financial infrastructure built on DLT within the next year. Check this out.
I hope that we would have more of a virtual global CSD structure around the world where we can move things in real time as we look at markets potentially starting to trade 24/7. I mean, it looks like it's gaining some momentum, that we can move things with intense velocity around the world. So, and hopefully reimagine the plumbing.
So this is the DTCC literally telling you, listen, we hope to reimagine the plumbing of the financial infrastructure built on DLT within the next year. Now, some of these timelines that they give us, like, oh, in the next year, it's a little, crazy. I feel as though they should be a little bit more conservative, but who knows, right? We don't know what's going on behind closed doors. This is one of the largest players out there that is settling massive amounts of securities transactions per year. But also, if we go to this breakdown from PwC titled Navigating the Payments Matrix, Charting a Course Amid Evolution and Revolution, Payments 2025 and Beyond. And one of the direct pages from within this, it's not even talking about the growth, right? Because again, cashless transaction volume will more than double by 2030. Yeah, it's because of digital payments, digital wallets. Things are only going to continue to heat up. But also, if we actually look at one of the direct quotes within this, battle of the rails, behind the scenes payments processing, the plumbing of payments is also changing. As payment initiation changes from cards and traditional accounts to digital wallets, and as regulators force the industry to strengthen or build up domestic infrastructure for payments. As a result, international card networks and card processors, often US domiciled, are facing pressure on their core business and have started to reposition themselves to retain relevance. Outsourcing of cloud and platform infrastructure will become increasingly important too. In our survey, 8 out of 10 financial services organizations expected to have outsourced such infrastructure by 2025. Digital wallet providers will look to adopt open loop technologies and seek interoperability in order to benefit from and not fall behind on the ongoing globalization of payment rails. Everything that we know around transactions, around payments, is changing. Everything is changing. Check out this video. This is from the World Bank. Big shout to Mr. Man XRP. This is recent. Okay? They're talking about the necessity to update their plumbing. Check it out.
There's a tremendous challenge for the next how many years? 80, 100, whatever.
I won't be around to see those.
Part of the evolution you have highlighted is the need to fix the plumbing at the World Bank. You discussed this at length last year, at our last meeting. How is the process going, Ajay?
I've become very good using spanners and wrenches. My plumbing skills have increased enormously. What I meant by that flippant comment actually was that the bank, at the end of the day, it's got many portions to it that are all in their individual way designed to do what they were meant to do. The question is, are we doing together what we should be doing? And I think getting the bank to work together across its different pieces in a way that looks at a country from that lens and applies it in its totality. So if you think about if one part of the bank builds infrastructure, provides education, schooling, clean air, clean water, food and agricultural practices, that kind of stuff. And that part of the bank also works with the public sector, not only for the jobs the public sector creates, but the right enabling environment for the small businesses and small farmers and larger businesses to be able to generate the jobs we need, then we get a virtuous cycle. If you start not looking at the end being jobs and being the impact on young people and women through what jobs do, and you start looking at your role only as education or climate or water, then I think we miss an opportunity for the sum of the parts to be bigger than just adding up 1 + 1. And I think that's the big part of the plumbing that I was talking about. The second big part was speed. And we've made real progress. We used to take us 19 months on the average to get a project from the conversation beginning to approval through the board. We're down to 16 average. I'm aiming for 12 this time next year. We just completed projects in Africa, got them approved in healthcare in 5 countries under 100 days. 2 countries got them in 30 days. We just approved a correspondent banking project in the Pacific Islands in under 10 months for 7 countries. So it can be done. It's not easy. It can be done. It gets complicated because we do have a responsibility on ESF as well, and therefore having the rigor to figure out the risk ranking of which projects are more challenging on ESF versus others, and being careful to manage your way through that is part of that.
And, this is happening right now, right? The necessity to update plumbing globally is growing significantly. Everything that we are witnessing in real time, AI, blockchain, digital wallets, the cash usage dropping off greatly from the pandemic. All of this is not only planned ahead, but it is accelerating, especially with a lot of the geopolitical conflict with like what the BRICS are doing, de-dollarization efforts. Like all of this is to push for the same exact thing, which is updating the global financial system from paper-based to digital. And also, over here from Smoke Dog, the plumbing of payments is also changing. Growing recognition of the promise of blockchain technology to markedly improve the plumbing of financial flows. Tradable bank deposits, tokenized deposits within the traditional financial systems plumbing integrated into FedNow. And here we actually have North America, a home base for innovation. From Main Street to Wall Street and everywhere in between. Moving from Main Street to Wall Street, we see growing recognition of the promise of blockchain technology to markedly improve the plumbing of financial flows that large institutions rely on. And here we actually have demographic and tech advantages fuel growth. 99% share of circulating stablecoin supply tied to USD. 1,441 trillion U.S. high-value payments and wholesale finance money flows 2021. 88% the share of all foreign exchange transactions involving USD. And also over here, state commercial laws generally are being updated for digital assets through a uniform law commission. I just recently talked about this actually in a video process, which should be finished by approximately 2022. Now, again, a lot of these things are already in, they're already in place. Digital asset use is spiking now as more mainstream users are entering the market. This is only going to continue to grow. Tradable bank deposits within traditional financial systems plumbing. Again, this is tokenized deposits, including connectivity with FedNow. When that comes online, the role of tradable bank deposits integrated into FedNow, right? All of this is now being integrated. The plumbing is changing. Everything is changing around our global financial system. And this is providing us with a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Don't take my word for it. Take Citi's CEO, Jane Fraser's word for it. We are in the midst of a once-in-a-lifetime shift. The financial system is being rebundled around a digital architecture. Smart money is not taking this moment lightly, and neither should you. Listen, big shout to Smoke Dog. Check it out.
Our long careers, but it does feel like we're in the midst of a once-in-a-lifetime shift. The architecture of finance, and by that I mean global currencies all the way down to payments, lending and deposits. It's unbundling bit by bit, and it's rebundling around a new, largely digital architecture. And this happened in trading over the last few decades, and it was an evolution. But what we're seeing now is more of a revolution, with new architectures supplanting old ones. And the way our industry has operated for decades, it's going to be replaced with new ways. And the scale and the speed required to serve our clients, it's of a completely different magnitude. So here at Citi, where we move over $4 trillion globally each day, where we enable clients to issue payments in 144 different currencies, where we do business in more than 160 different countries and are on the ground in nearly 100 of them, well, we have a deep appreciation for scale and agility. And we're seeing how the world is becoming more global and more local at the same time, and how it's becoming faster and how it's becoming more complex. We're reshaping our firm and our exceptional assets so that we maintain our relevancy and we continue to deliver for clients. SWIFT, as the community that underpins global flows, must make this same journey. Not just talk about it, but actually accelerate action. Because if traditional payments remain slow and comparatively clunky, as they are today, then it's a huge incentive for others to develop alternative, large-scale global payment systems that could be cheaper and much faster. Already, the convergence between new technology and shadow banking risks derailing years of our progress. There's always been unregulated financial activity, but the new technology has the potential to scale that globally to the detriment of the regulated sector and the clients and the consumers we serve. We simply can't afford the regulated sector to be perceived as technologically deficient to the unregulated sector, and that's why we must relentlessly modernize our regulated financial system through public-private partnerships and through communities that bring our industry together, such as SWIFT.
And, again, I want you guys to listen to what you are being told here, because in this vast echo chamber of noise that we are constantly surrounded by, there is a ton of great information that is being fed to you by people that are dealing with trillions of dollars. They are crucial players in the financial system. This is Jane Fraser literally telling you what's happening. It's a once-in-a-lifetime shift. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you cannot afford to mess this up. Now, also, it reminds me of what the BIS has been telling us. October 15th, how can the interlinking and interoperability of payment systems better enhance cross-border payments? This is the central bank of central banks pushing this. And do you guys remember this Fed meeting back in August? Big shout out to Ripples in Wales. This year's meeting was around the topic of reassessing the effectiveness and transmission of monetary policy, particularly on the plumbing of the financial system and how liquidity by central banks flows through the economy. You can't make this stuff up. The level playing field. Yeah, this is happening. These major meetings are taking place by the ones that are pulling the strings around the global financial system. We are in the beginning phase of the once-in-a-lifetime shift, which will lead to a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to get extremely wealthy by planting the right seeds. You won't know if it's the right one or not. That's why I always say diversify. But XRP seems to be a very big player in the evolution of finance. In my opinion, it always has. Ripple is a massive giant behind all of this as well. The evolution of everything of value around us is in place now. It's happening. And this is only going to continue to accelerate. So as you hear me say, yeah, crypto's going to be big. This project's going to be big. This project's going to be, so-and-so, whatever. Yeah, a lot of it sounds like just words. But I am going off of what we are witnessing from the bigger players that know a lot more than me and or you. So don't listen to me. Listen to what is going on. Listen and look at the information that is coming out around our global financial system. Listen to Jane Fraser from Citi telling you about what's going on. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.